Hey guys, how's it going? I'm with a friend of mine and he had told me about some Vespas that he has in a storage container out back. And I'll let him tell the quick story about the backstory.
Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah.
What do you got?
So these are part of an estate. Guy in Brookline, Massachusetts bought these probably in the 1970s. They were in a basement apartment probably since the late 70s or very early 1980s, and they were a group of 5 Vespas that were in the basement. Super dry environment, so that's helpful. And the first one you're looking at is an early 60s, I want to say maybe a 61 or 2, and the one behind it is a 58 Vespa. They're both 150cc Vespas, and they are ready for you to do your magic.
Cool. So they're 40, 50 years or so they haven't been running in, but they were stored fairly decent. So
yeah, it was a very, very dry environment.
They look a little beat up, but normal beat upness for riding them, I guess. Awesome. So let's go get them, load it on the truck, get a little better look at them. We'll bring them back to the shop and see what we can do.
Short distance, but then you're gonna run out of real estate there on the ground.
Yeah.
So I can
go. Just want to be careful about grabbing it.
Let me know how I can help you.
think I can
The fender should be metal in the front. It should be fairly stout.
grab the body now.
You want me to carry one
got you here.
end of the back end, one side?
Balance the handlebar so it doesn't. The kind of thing, maybe.
Maybe I can grab there. Ready?
Ooh, that's bending the fender. I don't want to bend that anymore. Tire.
I think that fender should hold up. It will bend because it's bent in, so it might bend out on you a little
Somebody
bit.
helping it?
Yeah, it already took a hit in the front.
Restoration? Okay.
You think sure?
Or if you can get it
Try it
further
now.
down, you can
You
grab
got
that actual.
Yeah,
Ready?
once we get it up.
One, 2, 3.
There you go.
Sweet. Towards
Let me
me.
know if I can help you.
Very sharp.
You're good. Watch your ankle there.
Okay,
That's
clear.
good.
Didn't feel a thing.
I'll say it's all there.
Ready? Come up and I'll just pop a wheelie here.
Okay, I'm on the rear.
Right here.
It rolls, that's a good sign.
Yeah, but I would get down with that.
Here, why don't you take that side? I'll take this side. No, wait.
The fenders are just clipped on, so they may want to pop on you.
So I grab the bottom of the wheel back here.
For restoration is the idea.
Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't repaint it or anything. I just.
Unfortunately, it looks like somebody had already done a little bit of painting on them.
Just a nice pressure wash.
Yeah, the rubber on them.
The back tire's flat, so it doesn't want
It's
to
a flat spot.
sit up as straight as it should. There it goes.
It's not going. It's not going to stay there. There we go. That's.
Let's see.
Yep. Hey, ciao!
You need the 75 mirrors hanging off the side of them,
And a big basket.
right?
And 2 kids. That's how they roll in Italy.
Sidecar.
Yeah.
Is that the rear seat?
Got a shimmy yet too.
Well, they make a cute couple. Yeah, let's get them back to the shop. See what we can do. So the one closest to us is a 64, and the other one is a 58 that we found out. The 58 has a busted front end on it, so that might be a little bit more in-depth. No, until we get into them. So let's go grab the 64 first, or start with that one, and then do the other one at a later date. All right, let's get her on the lift and see what we got. Gonna fit. Well, starting out with a bang. Let's give it a quick walk around, see what pops up right away. Front fender smashed up. Seat cushion's missing. The lever is busted for, I'm guessing it's going to be front brake, I believe. And the casting's cracked out of it. Looks like I took a dive. Got a hit on the headlight. The gray looks like it's been repainted. I don't know about the green. I would say probably the green too. Floorboard's a little banged up. Does that need a key? Do we have a key? We do not. We're gonna have to go work something around that. That looks like it's locked, is my guess. Do we push it forward? There we go. Alright, we're in. Don't know what that stands for. Amount of oil maybe? Fork oil? I don't know what pod would be. Piece of metal laying on it. That doesn't look like it's part of it though, does it? Looks like something for like holding plumbing or something on a house. Rear brake. Shifter is here. This is how these work. This is the clutch, and then you have a 4-speed. You turn the whole lever to shift gears. It's not like a regular bike where you have a shift lever down below. Gas tank should be under here. It's right there. Can we... I'm not sure how that flips up. I need 2 hands. We'll go see what we got under there and take a peek at the gas tank, and the engine access is going to be the cover on the other side. Pops off. Let's get you in a stand, get her up in the air, and start dissecting. Let's get the engine cover off of there. Let's see. Thought it was just like a pin in the back. I might have another lever, I'm not sure. Come on. Yeah, it's got a pin with a piece of hose on there. It's like somebody primered that. We're missing an intake boot that went over to there. And shall we? Does turn, that's a good sign. Got a lot of drag on it though. We'll put some oil in there before I turn it anymore. Looks pretty complete. I had one of these when I was a kid. I used it as a mini bike. And unfortunately, where that transmission sits, it's very susceptible to rocks. And it was very susceptible to rocks. I ended up punching a hole through it, and it ended up being the death of it. Other than that, it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty complete. Alright, let's get the plug out of it. A little bit of oil in there. We'll get her to spin around, hopefully. It's dry, huh? So we're thinking this has sat since 1977. In 1977, I was in the 7th grade. Put in perspective how long it's been. 7th grade has been a while for me. Alright, I'm gonna need 2 hands on that. Go get that boot off of there. And we'll start tearing into it a little bit. Yeah, it might end up crumbling out of there. Let's go see. We gotta get it. It's almost like it melted onto it. That's how the whole project's gonna go. There we go. A little crispy. Got a Bosch plug in it. Let's go get that popped out of there. Yeah, I believe at the time my mother said, you can't have a motorcycle. What's the deal with that? What kind of spark plug socket is that? It ain't gonna fit over that. I think at the time I got mine, I think I was like 12 or 13 years old. Of course, I want to get like a motorcycle, and my friends had them. My mother was like, no. So I found a scooter. Scooter's not a motorcycle. I talked her into that. Well, let me tell you, a scooter is much more dangerous than a motorcycle, especially when you're trying to trail ride it. That's what I did. I got the scars to prove it. Yeah, it looks pretty normal. Let's see what kind of spin we get out of it with no plug in it, no resistance. She's still a little gummy. Let's throw some oil in it, see if we get it to free up. In case you don't know, these are 2-strokes. And they have no valves. Anything coming out of that? A little bit. the 2 strokes. So no valves, no camshaft. They're simple little motors. They use the oil, can't find the hole. They use the oil from the premix to lube the bottom end. It's already getting better. Will the kick work? Nope. Spin them around a little bit. Well, I guess we should probably get the kick to work. Look into that. It bit me. Yeah, we'll get her spinning a little bit. But we got to deal with the key too. See if we get spark out of it. I wonder if the other bike has a ignition in it. Maybe we could steal it out of that. I'm not sure. I put a ratchet on there too. All right, let's. What do you want to do? Kickstart? All right. Well, it kind of looks internal. Let's give her a couple. Maybe it'll catch. There it goes. Need a little bit of movement on the inside. Yeah. Let's see what it has for crankcase oil. It's probably just all gummed up. Maybe we could drain that out of there, and or add some to get it to stop doing that. See how I feel. See how well a 11mm fits. Anything? Yeah. It's in there. Kind of nasty looking, but it does have a fairly full level to it. Let's go see what we can do about bypassing the ignition system to try to get spark. We might be able to do it right above this. There's a little junction box right there. Maybe we can bypass. I think this goes off to the ignition switch, and this is wires that come up from the magneto, go their separate directions, and go power the coil. There we go. Little peek on the inside. That one was getting pinched. Nothing saying too, like when this was put away, that it was running. It could have gotten parked because it was dead too. So actually, I'm kind of wondering if this is just for locking the steering column. Maybe it doesn't do anything. And I would think that we have. Does it have directionals? I don't know. You got that one. That one looks like it would probably be directionals, huh? Horn, and I'm not sure, what would that be? That would be horn? So I think maybe that's kill on and off, and we don't have the other setup. Let's go set up a drill on the socket and we'll spin it. We'll just see if we kind of get anything out of it. Let's get that boot off of there, and we'll just put the plug directly on it. See what happens. I would suspect the points to be dirty. Just have to sit in that long. Let's just see what we get. Ah, we don't want hammer. Wrong drill. Hold that thought. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's got good spark. I am surprised. Go flip that switch the other way. See if it shuts it off. No, it's still got spark. Does anything turn it off? I do not see. Is one of them maybe a kill button? Alright, I'm gonna hold that button in that I thought was the horn. So it has spark all the time. Other one on the side. Oh, there it is. So the little button on the side is a momentary kill. This right here. That kills it. So I would guess that would probably be horn. I do not know. I'm gonna guess directionals if it has it. Or high beam, low beam maybe. Or one of those is high beam, low beam. They're not that important right now. We got spark. You know what that means, don't you? I think the air cleaner is underneath the seats, but let's go pop this top cover off and make sure that's not where it is. It may be. I do, like I said, it's missing that hose going there. Been a day or two. Oh, an air filter in there? Yeah, it does. A little metal one. Let's go pop that off of there, can we? We'll run without it. They are pretty simple machines. I think the biggest thing really is like, how's the clutch, how's the transmission? All right, now we can get right down into the carb. It's got a slide for a throttle. So it's blocked off right now. There's a slide going right across. Does the throttle work? Let's go give her a twist and see if we get anything. The cable might be getting us. Oh yeah. You got functioning. Let's dribble a little bit of fuel down the plug hole and try to probably fire up at the drill maybe. That Kickstart's gonna kill my hand. Because I've done quite a few of these and they've kicked back and people have asked, what are you using? A YouTuber sent me this. This is essentially, it's just a, let me get all the junk off of it. This is, I think, for a breaker bar, and all it does is it turns a breaker bar into a ratchet. And you can see it's got a ratcheting paw, and then you can flick it the other direction and it allows it to go on, off, forward, and backwards. So what this helps do when you're trying to start something with a drill, generally when it goes and starts, it wants to spin faster than the drill can go. So you're cranking it over. Let's go put it together. You're cranking it over on the engine. Then all of a sudden the engine fires and wants to go faster. Well, it wants to rip this whole assembly out of your hand. What it allows you to do is it can spin faster without spinning the drill. Hence, if you guys can see, let me get it on there. And then when I let off the trigger, you hear it just kind of go ratchet forward. So that's all it's for. This will allow us to go do that. All right, let's go back up a little bit, dribble a little bit of fuel in it, and see if we get her to kick. That should be more than enough. I'm not going to tighten the plug. Yeah, it doesn't have to be cranked all the way down for it to run with a ratchet. What do you think? I think she's just going to fire right off. Let's go see. I think we need more RPMs out of it. Let's try for fast, see if it'll go. My drill won't go. My battery? Yeah, I'm gonna go change out the battery. That was just came off the charger. There's one for the junk pile. Came off the charger. Used it for 2 minutes. Done. Pressure battery. Come on. She wants to live. Let's go dribble a little bit down the carb. That way the bottom end gets some fluid too. That's more than enough. Quiet also. Come on. Let me go give her a little, it's holding throttle right there. All right, this bike wants to live. Let's go look into the fuel system. Is it going to be our next issue to see what kind of condition stuff is in. All depends on how it's put away. The carb does not look terrible from the outside, but seeing what the gas tank is going to be our biggest. It's like somebody took a piece of copper wire, bent it around the fuel inlet, which would be that. All right, let's go see what we got to do to get under that seat, and I think we actually could take that whole thing right off of there. I see how it's put together though. I thought these just flipped up. like how you gonna get to that gas cap, right? And then there's like an access panel. I think this whole pan will come off of here and give us access to the tank. Looks like we got 2 of these. You could take this off. We'll take the cushion off. Once the cushion's off, then we can get to the hardware that goes downward. There you go. It had these little paws on there. I just kind of clamp around it. And I guess you could slide it forward and back also. That's why before we didn't have any access to the gas cap. Now we do. Let's go take a peek in there. Yeah, see what that has to offer us. Ooh, actually, I am quite surprised. See? That's pretty good. Pickup tube, a little bit of crud around the pickup tube, but not terrible. You guys got a better view than I do, actually. And I think under the seat, or in front of the seat, should be a on-off valve. It's probably a choke lever. Think we should just try dumping a little bit of fuel in it, see if it pisses out anywhere? I think it would be good. Is that a crack right there? What's that look like? Yeah, we'll dribble a little bit of fuel. We'll use that even just to clean out the tank anyway. What about the choke? Let's see if that choke does anything. That's right there. There she goes. Nice. I'm amazed. Usually stuff I grab that's been sitting for this long just needs absolutely everything. This one so far is not putting up a fight. Not out of the woods yet though. We don't have the transmission or anything. It's good. Let's yeah, I like that. It's a nice little connector. Does it use a fuel pump? I think gravity feed should be enough maybe. Just the on off. Let's go put a little bit in it. Just see if it kind of pisses out anywhere. What if that front flips up? Kind of looks like it's got a hinge. Now, it's spring loaded. See how well I can do without a funnel. Go get it? I'll make a mess. I think I'm going to make a mess. Make it a funnel. See if we can get some of it in there. I don't want to spill it because I want to make sure I'm not leaking. Stop there. Alright. I don't see anything pissing out the bottom yet. I think it's got its own little cave in there though. I think that whole bottom end's kind of sealed off to the tank. I think that fuel level. Not sure what's on and what's off. But I'm going to turn it opposite of whatever it was. I wonder if we could see gas coming in the line maybe? Where'd the light go? There it is. You know we're gonna end up pulling that apart anyway. Can we take, maybe we'll take that little nut off right there. We'll see if we get fuel going to it. The top of that screw looking wet. It looks wet, doesn't it? Come on now. Let's go pop that loose and see if we can get anything coming out of it. I think we just need to crack it. Yeah, get something. Let's flip that lever the other way. It might have been already on. See what that does. There it goes. Alright, so that's off. Which is good. I think it's got a little filter in it maybe. We'll pull that out real quick. Just see if there's one of those little brass cartridges or nothing. I don't see anything. Yeah, let's go turn that fuel back on. We'll give her a couple of kicks, see if she goes on her own. So far it's making my job easy. Now you want to spin it with the drill? What do you think? Let's turn the fuel back on. Yeah, we'll spin it with the drill. If it stays running, we know we got it. Choke is off. Let's just see what we get. We get nothing like that. Come on. Trying to go. Let's give her a little bit of choke. Right there. Some. My drill's not liking it. The battery dead already? Let's go for low speed. Yeah, it's not enough. She's alive. Guns with the gas too. Not smoking. You gotta turn that. You got a tail light. Got a headlight. I think what if that's a running light? Let's go flick some switches, see what happens. Nothing on that. Yeah, that top bulb was burned out. You can see it cooked. That bulb, top one's cooked. Let's turn that choke off. See if it'll idle. Throttle's all the way off. It's gonna die, I think. Neat! Let's kill it. I killed it with the kill switch. Alright, let's go get a jack underneath the middle of it. We'll jack it up and we'll see if the tires will hold air, and then we'll try bumping it to the gear, see if the clutches work. Man, that thing came back. That thing wants to live. I'll throw some in that one. We'll be gentle about it. Cracks in the sidewall. Generally, wherever it was parked is where it'll do it. Let's sit for a second, see if it goes back down. That's probably like 5 psi. Michelin's or tires. Yeah, somebody went through and painted it all, cleaned it up. Too bad, huh? I would have preferred to be original paint. Muffler seems like it's good. No rot holes in that. I don't see any mice damage on it anywhere. Let's go give her a little more. Let's try that front one more. I'm gonna add both of them sit. I would suspect that they're going to be kind of lumpy going down the road, being parked in one spot for so long, but at least they hold air. Let's go try the other one. I'll loosen the jack up and give a little bit of room for the tire. That's like 5 psi. It's about 15, 20. We'll let that sit too. See if they stay up. Alright, I gotta get that jack underneath the back and get her up in the air. Let's try using the center stand, but I'm gonna go with this instead. Kind of what it's meant for. Be free? Oh yeah. That tire's got a little bit of a lump to her. Here's that tire. And that's with air in it, you know. It shows up. Still holding. Yeah. Got some play in it too. I don't know what that is. Alright, let's go fire it back up again and we'll try bumping it through the gears and see if they work and see if the clutch works. So the way the gearbox works, it's got this, you can see the little teeth on it. And it's got a cable on each side, so it kind of does like a push-pull going up to where that shift lever turns back and forth. Let's go grab that real quick and just see if it at least shifts gears before we try firing it. Let's see if that'll turn for us. It's real gummy. Let's see if I can turn the motor a little. Will that help it? Yeah. It kind of has a ton of slop to it. Ow. That's the clutch too, yeah. Let's go fire it up and see if it'll go. You think the Kickstart will work? Let's try that. We can get some of the crap off the bench first. Fire in the hole. It's gonna hurt. Yeah, it does not want to shift. It running or not running, it's kind of bound up. So that may have been an issue before, just from sitting. I'm not sure what's happening. What can we do to help look into that? You think we just pull this whole paw right off of there? Yeah. I tried going from first through neutral in the second. Either way, it kind of wanted to move. Clutch feels okay, not saying that that's not bound up neither, but I think it still would have just popped in gear if that was the case. I'm gonna try screwing with it a little bit more before I take it apart. I'm gonna try a little bit more. I'm gonna fire it up again, just kind of see if we keep working that back, work the clutch on, and see if it'll finally go. My guess is just the gears are kind of stuck on where they want to rotate. Start. That's not even trying. Let's see if we can work it. It's in some gear. Try for more. Let that spin for a little bit. It's in gear. We'll just let like the fluid kind of spin around inside there. See if it'll help the gears out a little, cycle a little bit. We'll probably change out that fluid. Let's try hitting the brakes. See if it'll stall it. Yeah. So I'm hitting the brakes. So unless that works the clutch at the same time it's working the brakes, it's in neutral. Yeah. See if we can get a good gear. I have to put key in the stand. Might have been between gears too. Nah, nothing. Might have found what its issue is. There we go. Now it's in a gear, one of them. See if it'll thaw it out. Yeah. Alright, let's go put you back in the stand. I want to go squeeze the clutch in, try hitting the brakes and see if the clutch will work. Now, clutch is stuck. And it feels like it's ready to break those cables out too. If I try running it with the clutch in for a while and see if the plates will free up. I think they're just kind of probably stuck together. But they are definitely locked up right now. That and the gears really feel like crap. You want to try just changing out oil? I don't know if that's gonna. What does it feel like it's in neutral now? Let me pop you in the stand. Seems like everything kind of wants to work. Let's see if we can get that to. Plus, I think like it'll catch in between. That is on a notch though. So it is got a neutral between first and second. What if we get something better to try to fling that back and forth with, huh? Maybe we lay a screwdriver between those two. Try that. Let's see if we can get that to. Get that light down there. Okay. So it can go. So that looks like neutral by the notch. And if we go one more towards us, should be first gear. That should be first. Go rock that tire, get the gears lined up. See if it'll go. I'm gonna go spray some lube underneath that pivot point. See if we can get that to free up a little. I'll just spray all of it, huh? And it's got a lot of play in it. Like when you're turning it, just seems like that's got a lot of play. It feels like the cable up top is fraying, like it's ready to let go. Not sure of that though. What can we grab that with to make it turn a little easier? Can we just take? Can we get these right out of the way? But without taking them off, I just don't want to damage the. I don't want to undo them. I got one. We got one. We should be able to get the other. We just turn the shifter. Free it up. Make room for the other one. Right? Here we go. Get them out of play. And let's see if we can. Maybe a little pair of vice grips right on there. We'll clamp it and be able to give it a click back and forth. I just don't want to beat up the end of that, you know. It is steel though, so. All right. Let's see if we can get that to shift now. There we go. So that should be fourth gear. Or nope, I'm wrong. So that's first gear. Neutral. Second. Third. Give me one more. There you go. That's fourth gear. Let's go start it up in. Gotta get that clutch to free apart. Sometimes you just put them on the ground and you put in gear and you ride it around and hold the clutch in. It'll free up. Let's leave it in, I don't know, second. I think that's second right there. Let's go fire it up and try that. We'll leave the vice grips on it. Shouldn't hurt it. Actually, now that we know how it works, we can use the vice grips to shift it. It'll start in gear. First gear, that's neutral. First gear, neutral. Second, third, fourth. That run and spinning gear a little bit. I'm gonna try holding that clutch in or tying that clutch back with something. She's not going to free up. Where is the clutch in this thing? Where's the access to it? Is it like built right into the center of it? I don't know. Yeah, but those plates are stuck together. That's what I was doing. The clutch is tied back right now, and I put it in first gear, and I kept hitting the brakes and trying to get the plates to break loose. We know the rear brake works too. We could put it on the ground and ride it. That might be a little dangerous though. Again, we can still stall it out with the back brake though. It's also 91 degrees out, and I got it kind of cooled off right here. I don't want to open the door, but it's getting kind of smoky in here. As you can see, from the beat what I want to do. Our clutch cable is where? Oh, somebody goobered up that muffler, huh? Is that a clutch cable right there? That's it, huh? Can we try? Let's get another pair of vice grips on that. Let's see if that'll pull forward anymore. Is that the clutch cable? Is that one of these? Is I would say that's the brake. It's heavier. And let's go see if we can get a pair of pliers on that. Pull. See if that'll pull any further than that. You see? Yeah, let's go see if that'll do anything. A little bit more. Even that, sometime even that will just. Let's I'm gonna go and I'm gonna swap tools around. I'm gonna go put like a pair of pliers on that, and I'm gonna put the needle nose vice grips behind it in a little bit more tension on it than the lever's able to give it, and see if it'll help. Yeah, something like that. Gives us a little bit more pull on that cable. Do you think it's still in first gear, right? Yeah. I'd say we go for a fluid change. I wonder if we could soak it in something too. I'm gonna go look up how they're designed, if there's an easy access to it. Doesn't look like it though, does it? Looks like you gotta kind of take and split a whole bunch of something apart to get to it. And we go look up what it has for a fluid. Maybe we'll dump out what's in there, try to put something else in there that might do something. I'm just guessing right now. That's nothing fancy. It says 30 weight motor oil. That we got. See what comes out of it. Plus we got to spin it a little bit, which is good. It gets the to pick up all the crap and let it come out with the oil. Because whatever debris was going to be in it, you know, sitting for 45 years or so, it just all settled right out. So, and it's not like the oil has nothing to do with the bottom of the engine. It's not like we're doing damage. Oh, that's pretty muddy. That's coming out like a tar. That might take a minute. Let's go with the other plug off. I might need it to vent a little bit. Sometimes you take the other plug out, it'll have air can come in. Allow it to do its thing. See if it doesn't make any difference for us. Nope. Alright, we'll let that sit for a while, let it pee out, and then put some fresh stuff in it. Try it again. What's interesting, take a look at the fuel system, see if we're leaking anywhere. I am as surprised and amazed. Especially that right there. I didn't really think that was going to hold up, huh? Yeah, it looks okay. I don't see anything dripping underneath it. There's not much gas in it, but so far it's looking good. It doesn't look like it's overflowing into the carb. I don't see it dripping down the throat of it. Somebody put it away right. Ran all the fuel out of it. Yeah, that's some mud, huh? That's what came out of it. Yeah, it's pretty muddy, pretty slow moving. I was hoping I had some kerosene laying around somewhere. We can kind of put that in and let it like rinse through. I couldn't find any. This little oil can probably be our best bet. I'll fill it with that. I wonder if we could leave it like outside running on its center stand with the clutch pulled in, just leave it in gear and just let it run for a while. You got to kind of tear the whole thing apart, I believe, to get to the clutch. It's not like it's easily accessed on the bike. I think you have to pull it out as an assembly and then change it. Not sure of that, but let's go fill that up with our little squirt gun. There we go. We'll just keep doing that until it doesn't want to take anymore. Like I say, kerosene probably be a little better. If worst case, I'll go chase some. The gas station down the road sells it. Wouldn't hurt to have some on hand. I would say it probably takes about half this can. Let's see what's... Nope, not yet. Also could have been low. And there goes the compressor. That's it. That was already one can. So I wonder if it was really low. Reload. This can's a little... There it goes. That's full. Let it pee out. And that can, the center post of it is so large, it's probably half the diameter of that. So this can full probably has that much oil in it. Alright, we'll let that do its thing. Let me do just that. Let me just go put it outside. Hopefully it doesn't vibrate off the center stand to take off. There you go. Let's check on our tires. That one still got air in it. Let's go see what the front one's doing. The front one still got air in it too. Good. Well, it would work out great if you propped it up on a center stand and the front tire was the one off the ground and not the rear tire. So I got to come up with something different. I thought about trying to put a bunch of weight in the front, but I have a feeling leaving it out here unattended by itself might be a dangerous thing. Kind of get smashed and run its way up the wall. It's like it's already happened, huh? Well, that might do it. The platform I use for lifting stuff up to the second floor, and it's got a same hitch on the front for holding the front wheel. Alright, let's go fire it up, let her run out here on that setup. We'll just let that be for a while and see how it does. Clutch is already in, it's squeaked in. Yeah, while it's running, let's see how many miles are on it. 9,093. I don't know if it works off the transmission or if it works off of the, a lot of times it's just a cable to the front wheel. Let's see if we put, yeah, I think probably a cable to the front wheel. See how many miles we put on it. Sitting here. Not sure. Actually, the speedo would be going up, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely it's moving. Gotta run a little bit, see if that changes for us. You got a horn? I hope it frees up. I want to ride it. It's been about 10 minutes. Let's pump the brakes a couple of times. Nope. I don't think it's gonna go, but I'll give it some more time. Let it get real hot. Let's try it one more time. Nope. It is not gonna go, unfortunately. If I might try some kerosene in the future. I'm not sure. This is not mine. We'll go bring it in and we'll talk a little bit. Well, I wish that clutch freed up because I really did want to try to putt around on it and get to that extent, saying like we were able to take it from 45 years to not running to getting it back up and running and riding. But at least we got the running part taken care of. And everything else kind of checks out pretty good too. You know, we know that charging system works for the lights. We know that the magneto is working for the spark side of it. The transmission seems like it's okay. Carb, fuel tank, all that stuff seems decent. You know, front end's a little banged up because it went down at one time. I'd probably grab like a cable kit for it and, you know, new tires and of course a seat cover and that kind of thing. But it's not my bike. I do not own it. It came out of a collection that, again, it sat for a long time, and just for me to give it an assessment of what it is and then possibly get it running. So at least we got it running, and whoever purchases it can jump into the clutch, or possibly get freed up and try riding it around. I just don't want to damage it. The last thing I want to do is like stuff it into my truck or something, not being able to stop. Look, it's got some, I don't know if that's mold or what growing on it. Definitely see it was inside someplace with no light for a while. I definitely repaint this one too. The body's clean enough to do that with. So I wonder if tying that grip back, like if you're going to store it, I wonder if tying the clutch together would be better for it. Just not sure. Would that cause damage in a different fashion? Instead of the clutch being stuck, does it? I didn't think I could think of it. Well, it could be stuck in the open position, but maybe the cable failing over time, just having that load on it all the time. I don't know. It's a decent little machine. I think they do about 50 miles an hour. I'll tell you, it could be the Yamaha DT100. I know for a fact. Alright guys, with that I'm going to go sign off, and I'll thank you all for hanging out with me, and the other one we'll jump on probably on a later date. I got some other stuff that I want to work on in between, so maybe we'll pick that one up maybe about another month or so. We'll take a peek at that. But for this one, for now, I think we're done. Well, thank you for hanging out. I'll see you soon. Later. And for you that are still hanging out, and you guys are into trains by any chance, I shot some footage of something we went up on this past weekend that was really cool. So if you like trains, stick around for a little bit and watch some footage I'm going to add on to this. I'm going to enjoy it. I did. I thought it was really cool. It's a different style of train than what you're normally used to.
look at the reflection of the window, you'll see the angle that we're out. Check it out right here.
That's amazing. Even knowing that.
It's 30 feet off the ground, and this is the steepest incline, about 37.5% grade. Jacob's Ladder, here we go.
This door shut is slowly opening. I don't know if you can do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, folks. Beautiful day on Mount Wash. Up here at the Whites. I want you to take a look to our right hand side. That's a beautiful view looking across the Amanusic Ravine. Now today is a day for a beautiful little miniature hike. We have close to an hour at the summit, and this hike will only take you like not even a couple minutes. groups